Mi nombre es Yosimar. I'm short. I am from San Jose. I have this piece titled Loving in Times of War. I was born with the heart of a woman. I know that's some bullshit to say, but sometimes I feel like this is the truth of my nature. Yo crecí en una casa llena de puras mujeres. Mi abuelito was the only male figure around, but he kept to himself, only speaking when someone was really in trouble. He drank a lot. Maybe this is why, for the most part, everybody always left him alone. Mi abuela's house has always been a place of refuge. Whenever mis tías got into it with their husbands, they would come to mi abuela's house to spend the night. Abuelita would always open the door and always advise them to work it out, because for her, a single immigrant woman with kids in this country needed the protection of a man, and that is why she always advised them to go back no matter how bad the situation was. She knew about struggle, about being beaten, about being cheated on, but for her this was survival. To her, we were far away from home and the bills were constant enough to keep one slave to labor. Some of my tías would stay with us for weeks at a time, even though they lived relatively close, because most Mexican families live within radius of one another. Since most didn't work and relied on their husbands for money, they would spend the day around the house. They kept busy, they would clean, cook, and do laundry. I never saw any of them simply sitting and watching TV. In fact, the TV was never on. They always had the radio on blast, listening to the radio station, calling in to make dedications. This is where my primas learned the bad habit of calling in to dedicate songs to their homies in jail. I always remember waking up to loud-ass music and the smell of pine sol. Remember, that was real cheap. They always scream, "Gordo, ya párate, vas a llegar tarde a la escuela." It was 7 in the morning, they would be hard scrubbing the linoleum floor. I got ready, went to school, came back, and they would still be cleaning. The radio would still be on blast, playing mopey-ass songs that made me drowsy, or that reminded me of that one summer I was forced to work construction with my stepdad so I can learn how to be an alleged man. How I fucking hated waking up at 5 in the morning, all cold, and the radio playing Ramon Ayala's Tristes Recuerdos. It was too fucking early to listen to that. They would clean truly as if they were cleaning their own souls. Cleaning gave them peace. It kept them from thinking about their failed marriages, how incomplete they felt. They scrubbed the windows, the toilet, the bathtub. To them, everything felt dirty, and I just watched them as if they were shedding all these things from their own bodies. I think I learned how to love from them. Listening to Marisela, Los Bukis, Los Temerarios, and Bronco, all this music that to me was really Mexican. Songs about longing, about despair, about loves that could never be. Mis tías would sing these songs with sentimiento, like if they were reliving these same narratives, and I always wondered why they felt so alone. Why they chose to love men that didn't love them back. Why they chose to birth children for men that always ran away. I never understood how mis tías in all their beauty could fall in love for men that would never step up to the plate. I'm a queer brown boy trying to understand why the women in my family have loved so blindly. Why even now, and as a alleged male, I still follow these same patterns of loving. Only this time I love in a different tune. I spend my days listening to R&B tracks that will have anyone guessing I'm a single black female in the inside. There is something about the way Mary J sings, about Erykah Badu's like Lifetime hits close to home, even how tragic Fantasia is. The cadence in their voices that makes my heart flutter and that reminds me and makes me wish for a certain someone that will make me feel whole, only that I'm more critical now or jaded if we must state the obvious. It seems to me that as we grow up, our hearts are slowly chipped to the point that we now love with walls around them. We love in fragments because we are afraid to give away everything that we have. But we have left broken pieces of innocence and with every other man that broke their promises, starting with our own fathers. Mis tías taught me how to love in silence, how to show your affection for the man you love, not in words but in actions, not through servitude but shit that is intentional, like cooking, like folding his clothes, like rubbing his back, shit that is domestic, but to them it was the only way to express their affection toward their partner. Now, I'm not the type of bitch that will cook for you. All for your clothes. But I have noticed that the way I love is without words, even as a poet. The things I do for people I love are intentional. Shit like sharing my knowledge, the lessons life has taught me, books I've read, things to build strong spirit. Time and time again, I have offered my medicine to men who have not necessarily known how to appreciate it, but for me, it felt healing to give. I look at my tías. in the way they dance, the way they laugh, the way they kiss my tios, the ways they do things around the house, and I wonder if I would one day be them. If I could love a man without the way they do, without any critical analysis, without expectation, simply love in a state of nothingness, in the state of struggle. I wonder when I will stop loving men that are not really men. When my loving will not be a tool of survival, but a conscious choice of my making. One of my friends once told me that just because our mothers love out of necessity does not mean we have to. Mis tías have taught me so much, mainly how to walk away and come back to the middle for understanding. It is for them that I owe my voice, and for them that I seek a love that is pure and innocent. We have loved through genocide, through wars, through migrations, even death. It is this love that has given us the hope to keep on living.